What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome into episode 94, everybody. I am your host, SleezBall. Today will be my last episode of the week for you guys. I will be live the rest of the time. Today's episode is going to be my top 10 sleepers that are outside the rank of 30 at their position. So I'm going to try and find a couple for each of you guys here. I'm going to give you a quarterback, a couple running backs, a couple wide receivers, a couple tight ends. One of the tight ends you should really pay attention to because I like him a lot as a play this week. And before we dive into it, guys, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscription button. Turn that bell on. Again, I will be live tonight. I have Big Draft Energy on my show, possibly a couple other guests. I'll be live Saturday. I'll be live Sunday. I'll be live Monday, recapping everything. And if you guys want to check out all of my work, so all my rankings, all my stardom, sit-ems, everything like that, I even put up my Smash players as well. All those are out already. If you guys want to check those videos out, they're there to help you guys this week. And if you guys cannot make any of the live shows, you have any questions, no matter what it does not have to pertain to this video, drop it in the comments and I will try to answer every single thing. That is one of my goals as a content creator this year, is to answer all the questions and get you the guys that goal, that ultimate championship, guys. And let's dive into my 10 sleepers for week 6. My number one quarterback sleeper is, I had to pick one. They're outside the top 30. So I'm going to go with Drake May here in his first start. The future is now in Foxborough. Now, in this game, they're going to be playing the Houston Texans. The matchup isn't great. The matchup isn't bad. Versus the wide receiver, the Houston Texans are middle of the pack. They give up 32.2 points. They're ranked 19th in the red zone at 6.4 points. So there is some touchdown upside here. And they give up 136 yards. Now, what they need to do is they need to get their guy Javon Baker, my sleeper of the year, out there on the field with Drake May, because if you saw the preseason, the connection was there. They just missed on a couple passes. I know it's preseason. I know you're not playing the starters. I get all that. But we've seen this wide receiver room enough here from the New England Patriots. I don't need to see KJ Osborne or Kendrick Bourne. I know they paid him a ton of money. Jalen Polk hasn't been anything at all like I said he wouldn't be. I was not in on Jalen Polk since scouting his tape. I thought Jalen McMillan was better. I thought Romo Dunze created it for him. And you're seeing that now. They need a playmaker, go-getter, and they need to get their superstar Javon Baker out there and let him loose. Now, on the quarterback side here, this is where the Houston Texans, they give up 17.2 points to the quarterback position. So that's not a bad start here for Drake May in this game. They rank 20th in the red zone versus the quarterback. They have 173 yards passing as well. But in this game, you're not going to see a lot of Ramondre Stevenson. You're not going to see a lot of Antonio Gibson. They're most likely going to be down. The passing volume is going to be high. And what people don't realize with Drake May is how much this guy rushed at North Carolina. In 2023, he rushed for 449 yards. In 2022, he rushed for 700. Over 1,100 yards, a 500-plus yard average, both seasons at North Carolina that he was a starter. And you saw that in his first game when he played a little bit at the end in garbage time. He threw for 22 yards, but he rushed for 12 yards right away. So this is what Drake May can do with his legs, and he might actually be a solid start here this week in this game if you need help and you have injuries or whatever it is, because he's going to probably get 40, 50 yards rushing on top, which is the cherry on top, and probably get 16, 17 fantasy points, which is not a bad sleeper play. Number 2 sleeper player of the week, heading into running backs. And remember, guys, I didn't bring this up at the beginning. These are for 12-man deeper leagues, super flex, triple flex dynasties, longer plays. These are not for 8 to 10-man leagues. So I forgot to say at the beginning of the video. Let me throw that in now. Now, Tyrone Tracy, you can go back to any of my videos from the beginning of the season. He was my sleeper call of the year for late round picks in fantasy, dynasty, everything like that. And I tweeted it out last week. You will get to see how good this man is when he gets the starting job. And look how good the New York Giants offense looked, even without Malik Neighbors out there. They went into Seattle and got the dub on a team that was 3-1. Danny Dimes looked great. Why? Because the running back could make the plays happen to open it up for the wide receiver. And he went for 129 yards, guys, on a 7.1 per yard carry. And he also had put in a little receiving work, 1 reception as well. And he missed a wide open pass down the sideline too. But here's the other thing you have to notice here in this game. Right now, the update is that Devin Singletary may not even be playing in this game. We just got the update like 30, 40 minutes ago, dropped to my phone. It said that he's still dealing with the growing issue, and they don't know yet. So it will be risky heading into a Sunday night game, a night game as well. That's going to hurt there as well. But, guys, you have to look at this. The Cincinnati Bengals defense is terrible. They can't stop the pass. They can't stop the run. Right now, they currently give up 23.1 points a game to the running back. That ranks 19th. They rank 21st in the red zone. So there's high touchdown upside here in the red zone as well. And they have 113 yards to the position, which is bottom 5 in the NFL to the running back. If Tyrone Tracy gets the start here, this is a high-end RB2 play. and people don't even know. He's still on some waiver wires, and like it's absolutely crazy to me. Go get this man and pay attention to the updates. And even if the updates say that, Devin Singleton's going to be out there, Devin Singletary might play with a groin, he's going to be limited. You know that Tyrone Tracy from last game has earned more snaps. He's looked better. He's more explosive. He still is a flex play to me, even if Singletary is out there, guys. My number 3 sleeper player, sticking with the running backs here, is going to be Tyler Algier this week. And before we dive into the numbers here and why I like Tyler Algier this week versus the Carolina Panthers, I want to show you a tweet that I put on my last video as well, but I have to bring it up twice here. So this is why he's going to be a decent flex play this week. Here's my tweet. I know it's kind of tacky showing your own tweet, but I didn't find anything else I liked on Twitter about it, so I used my own. If you want to check out my Twitter, it's the same thing. My mind is Weapon Fantasy Football at SleezBallFF. I drop 24/7 content on there. All the support would be appreciated, guys. Now, what you have to look at here is week 3, week 4, and week 5 on this tweet, right? So week 3, Zamir and Madison, they're not even that good at running backs. They don't compare to Bijan and Tyler Algier. They ran for 16.5. Their offensive line isn't the Falcons. They're not the powerful offense, but they still got 16.5. Then you look at week 4, Chase Brown and Moss. They combined for 40 points combined. They're not as good as the Falcons. Then you look at week 5, Swift and Roshan combined for 35. They're not as powerful as these two for the Falcons. This is an average of 27.22 points per game to the running back position. This is why I am okay with Tyler Algier as a flex play this week. I know he ranks running back 52. He only played 36% of the snaps, but you saw him down the stretch get more involved. They were using him at the last plays of the game instead of Bijan. It was crazy. Still seen 178 rush yards, still gets some passing work. And the Carolina Panthers defense, guys, versus the running back ranks 31st in the NFL, almost dead last, allowing 31.6 points per game. In the red zone, they are the worst in the NFL, giving up 12.6. So there's a high touchdown upside for Tyler Algier and Bijan. And they give up 120 yards to the position that is second worst in the NFL. This is an okay flex play this week, 100% deep leagues, 12-man leagues. I like Tyler Algier this week. My number 4 sleeper play, sticking with the running backs here again, is going to be Roshan Johnson, guys. And Roshan Johnson, I know, only played 31% of the snaps last week, but that's all he needs in this Chicago Bears offense. He is the goal line back. Look at the touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. He didn't play in weeks 1 and 2. He's played in weeks 3, 4, and 5. He's averaging 10 fantasy points a game on limited snaps. He's RB 43, so again, deeper play here. But what you have to look at here is in this game, you get the Jacksonville Jaguars. They rank 29th versus the running back, giving up 27.3 points per game. They rank 31st in the red zone, which is where Roshan Johnson lives. The touchdown upside is going to be here. I have a ton of slips with him as a touchdown play this week. They give up 77.8 yards to the position on the season. And I know DeAndre Swift is going to eat in this game too, but every time they get to the goal line against a terrible defense, the Jacksonville's 32nd versus the quarterback, 32nd versus the wide receiver, and 29th versus the running back. This is all systems go here, and you can flex Roshan Johnson this week because I'm going to guarantee that he falls into the end zone. Number 5 sleeper play of the week, and one of my favorite plays this week, guys, and no one is even talking about it. It is Keenan Allen. Currently, wide receiver 95 because of the injuries of week 2 and 3. They ramped him up slow also in week 4, only played 68% of the snaps. But what you saw last week against Carolina was he's back to 81% of the snaps. Targets went back up, getting back out there on the field. And now you get the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I just talked about with Roshan Johnson as well. They rank 32nd versus the wide receiver, giving up 46.5 points per game. This is going to be a DJ Moore, Keenan Allen feast game here. They rank 18th in the red zone, giving up 6.1. They give up 210 yards to the wide receiver position alone. That is second worst in the NFL behind the Detroit Lions. Keenan Allen is a superstar wide receiver that has been off to a slow start. The Bears are starting to click, and the schedule coming ahead, guys. Buy low on Keenan Allen right now if you can. They get the Washington Commanders, Arizona, New England, Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit. The next 6 games are all bottom 10 pass defenses. I've been trying to say this. I'm pounding the table. Go get these Bears, man. It's all gold from here on out. Number 6 sleeper play of the week is going to be Jaylen Tolbert, currently wide receiver 34. And man, the preseason tweets I put out on him saying that he's going to be a breakout player from the updates have finally hit, guys. He got the starting job now. I don't think Brandon Cooks is ever getting this back off the IR. You saw Jaylen Tolbert take a shot to the growing nuts area last week and hit the game-winning catch. That is pure determination from a guy that's in pain. And here's what you have to look at here. So, you know the Dallas Cowboys run game is going to be nothing versus the Detroit Lions this week, right? The Detroit Lions rank 4th versus the running back total and 1st in yards. It's going to be very tough to run. This is going to be a full Dak attack, just like the game versus Pittsburgh. I know you saw a little rushing from Rico Dowdle in that game. I think it's going to be a different story here at Detroit or at home versus Detroit. Now, last week, 22.7 points, saw 10 targets, more targets than CD Lamb, which is absolutely bonkers. And now you're going to get the Detroit pass defense, guys. If you just heard what I said with the Jacksonville about yards, here you go. Detroit Lions give up 45.8 points to the wide receiver position. They do stingy up in the red zone. They're 13th in the red zone, so a little better there. But they give up 218.2 yards to the wide receiver position on the season, guys. That is league worst. This is going to be a full Dak passing attack game again because the Detroit Lions is so bad at stopping the pass, or they're so good at stopping the run that they're so bad at stopping the pass. This is how they're going to have to try to win this game. And Jaylen Tolbert is not just a flexible play to me. He is a low-end wide receiver 2 this week to me. My number 7 sleeper this week is going to be Darius Slayton, guys, and Malik Neighbors is ruled out, but I have to show you something. I don't just talk about this stuff. I tell you guys this stuff because I do it myself. I live through it, and I am probably the only person that I've seen, and I have a lot of connections in the fantasy football world, Twitter, everything like that, that I know that started Darius Slayton last week. So this is a very competitive league. This is a 12-man league against content creators. And my mind is a weapon on the left side, and I can show you right there, week 5, that I started Darius Slayton in a game. So I'm not just feeding you guys this information. I actually really do it myself. So that's something I like to pride myself on with the work when I show it, that I do it also myself as well. Now, why you got to like Darius Slayton so much this week? Well, not only the fact that Malik Neighbors is ruled out already with the concussion for week 2. Prayers up to him. They need to get him back out there, man. I really would like the Danny Dimes start a ton this week more if he was out there. But it's still not bad because you get the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals versus the wide receiver ranked 19th, giving up 33.2 points a game, 14th in the red zone, so middle of the tier for the touchdown upside there. Give up 150 yards to the position. But when you're looking at what Darius Slayton just did last week is they get beat by chunk plays. And the chunk play receiver here is going to be Darius Slayton. He saw 11 targets, 122 yards, and a touchdown. I know Wan'Dale Robinson is going to be the underneath guy. Danny Dimes has started to pick it up here. But the Cincinnati Bengals defense is just like a fantasy pot of gold like the Indianapolis Colts. Versus the quarterback, they give up 19.6 points. They rank 28th there. They rank 26th in the red zone versus the quarterback, and they allow 220 passing yards to the quarterback a game. So even without Neighbors out there, which I think Danny Dimes is still going to be startable because of it, but Darius Slayton is going to be a flex play low-end wide receiver 2 for me this week because he's going to hit the home run ball against the Bengals. I know it. My number 8 sleeper player, and man, I like this guy so much coming out of the draft. I had him ranked as my wide receiver 5, and he fell so many spots. That's why he wears jersey number 10, because 10 wide receivers were drafted in front of him. It is Doni Mitchell, and the time is now. So you got Michael Pittman on IR, or supposedly IR. We don't have the full update yet with the back injury. He's supposed to miss multiple weeks here. Josh Downs did return to practice today, and it looks like you're going to have Joe Flacco out there. So in the minimal snaps that Doni Mitchell played last week with 27% snaps, he still saw a good enough volume with Joe Flacco at quarterback to see an 8-point game in fantasy football. So that's very rare to see 27% snaps and see 7 targets, which is bonkers. I know the matchup here is bad versus Tennessee. They are number 1 versus the wide receiver. They allowed the least amount of yards in this game, or to the wide receiver position. They only allowed 95 yards. They allowed 20 points to the position, and they're 3rd in the red zone. So all the matchup stuff here is not good in this situation. This is just one of my biased calls here because Michael Pittman is out. And the number one thing that I like the most about this guy, not only the college stats that were bonkers, is he recorded the fastest 40 time for any wide receiver at 4.34. He's 6'5", guys. 97th percentile in every single RAS metric there is. He had the longest broad jump in the combine at 6'5". And what is his best stat right now in the minimal time he's played in the NFL? It is separation from the route. He is the number 1, or I think number 2, barely behind by a couple of seconds or yards on it, on route separation from the defender on man coverage. This man is unstoppable. I know he's probably going to draw a Snead, or Snead might be on downs in the slot. I don't know how that's going to play out yet. But if you need a deep deep sleeper flex play throw here. I love Doni Mitchell's talent, and I can't wait to see it finally hit the scene here and be the guy, because Pittman's going to be out a couple weeks here, so he's going to have to step up. And man, it's going to be fun to watch, guys. I'm telling you. Number 9 sleeper player. We're finally heading into tight ends here, guys. And you guys can go back to any video you want of mine since the start of week 1. I have been on Theo Johnson saying, watch out for this guy. Watch out for this guy. He's going to take the job from Bellinger. And look what's happened here. He is a top 5 tight end in snap share percentage as a rookie, guys. You finally saw the breakout last week. Yes, because Malik Neighbors was out. If you need a tight end flex play this week, Malik Neighbors is out again. Look what he did when he was out last week for Seattle. He saw 5 targets, 78% snap share, 48 yards. Got about 7.3 points. That's what you want at the tight end position, because the tight end is such a struggle this year. It's crazy. Now you get the Cincinnati Bengals, guys. They rank 26th versus the tight end. They give a 13.2 point per game average. That is beautiful for Theo Johnson. They are 31st in the red zone. The touchdown upside is here. He's the only big body guy they have out there. You could say Jalen Hyatt is, if he gets out there and even plays. You're probably going to have Slayton and Wandale. They're very tiny in the red zone. Yeah, they can get open with a couple routes, but they're not the big body they need. I think Theo Johnson's touchdown upside is massive in this game. And they give up 50 yards to the tight end position. That is 5th worst in the NFL. So Theo Johnson is not just a sleeper play to me this week. He is a startable tight end for me, because the Bengals are so bad versus the tight end, and Neighbors is out. They're going to need a across the middle play to go to. I know Wanda will be in the slot a lot. Probably going to be a high volume passing game here as well, because the Bengals are going to put up a ton of points. If you just watch the Ravens game, they're starting to click like crazy. So you're going to need to score to keep up. And Theo Johnson's going to see a lot of work this week, guys, and one of my favorite tight end sleeper plays. Last but not least, the very, very deep dive crazy call I have this week is Chig Okonkwo. So very hard to trust, right? 51% snap shares, tight end 36, only seen 10 targets on the season, 8 receptions, 51 yards, and 1 touchdown. But they're coming off the bye. They're going to be healthy. They're going to be mad about Will Levis getting hurt and Mason Rudolph coming out. They're going to be playing the Indianapolis Colts, guys. And this is the only reason I like Chig Okonkwo as a dart throw tight end play this week is right here. The Indianapolis Colts rank 31st in the NFL, giving up 15.2 points per game to the tight end position. That is 2nd worst, only behind the Chiefs, who give up 18. In the red zone, the Indianapolis Colts are dead last versus the tight end position, giving up 5.8. They give up 53.8 yards to the tight end position. That is 4th worst in the NFL. I know that the Colts defense is bad across the board. Could be a Ridley game, could be a D-Hop game to shop him, to trade him. All that is there. I'm not saying this is a smash start by any means. This is a deep sleeper play, because all the metrics show you that the Indianapolis Colts are very bad versus tight end. And Chig could be a very, very sneaky with a possible huge touchdown upside, with them not being able to stop anything versus tight end. Obviously, I don't love it. I'm not saying put him in your lineup. I'm just saying if you need a play, this is a deep dart throw play here with Chig Okonkwo this week. That is the end of episode 94, guys. My top 10 sleepers heading into week 6 that are outside the rank of 30 at their position. So I gave you one quarterback, couple running backs, couple wide receivers, tight ends. The Chig call was crazy. Just take that into consideration as a deep sleeper call. Now, before we head out, guys, always make sure you smash that like, smash that subscription, turn that bell on. I will be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll have Big Draft Energy on my show. If you want to check out his YouTube as well, it is right there. The link will be in my live description that I'll be posting here in a little bit also. And if you guys cannot make the live shows by any means, I'll be live Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday as well. All you got to do is drop any comment you have in there. I try to get to every single comment. That is one of my goals as a content creator, is to answer every question you guys have to help you win your weekly matchups and get you that ultimate goal of a championship, guys. And that is it for my content of the week. I have all my rankings out, all my stardom sit-ems, my smash plays, my sleepers, everything, guys. It is live shows from here on out. So I hope to catch you guys in there. That's it for me, man. SleezBall out. Good luck in your matchups this week, guys.